we're back. We are back. Welcome. Oh man, Dr. Nampu, you have been here all along, having beautiful nurses share their story. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Casey Pacheco. I am the Director of Nurses in Charge. I am here with the lovely Dr. Nyampu Karmuha. She is the founder and president of Nurses in Charge. And we have also Crystal Simpson, who is in Trinidad and Tobago, and she is our programs and events director. Crystal has been working in the background, but she's been here from our first in-person live event. She coordinated the entire thing from Trinidad and Tobago, and it was a tribute to all the nurse practitioners and providers, nurse providers in Highlands County. So, welcome back, Crystal.
Hey, thank you. It's good to be here with you ladies this morning.
Yes, yes, so nice to have you. How you doing this morning, Dr. Nyampu?
Fabulous. Ready for this talk.
Yes, yes. So, we have to start off, by just definitely letting our nurses know that we are just so excited that they're here with us. They stayed. Actually, our numbers are growing. We are getting larger and larger. We're growing territories. I just had a few professors that reached out to me from New Zealand. So we are growing countries and territories, and it's all exciting. But Crystal is here because she is our programs and events director, and she's going to be working with us as we close off the year. But Dr. Nyampu, we asked our members to kind of like sit still a little bit. Can you give us a little bit of why we asked nurses in charge to like be patient with us? What are some of the things we had to do?
Oh my goodness. Setting the structure of the organization. OMG. Our COO is fantastic. Oh goodness. Anthony Pacheco, Marin, he is the best. And we're not lending him to no one. He's got NIC structured. And without structure, listen, you will be falling apart. And NIC is global. We need that structure to be in place. So
Definitely.
Yes, we do. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we've been having a lot of just heavy hitters join us, and they have come on to really help the structure. I know Sharon Birch, oh my, she is a gem, 50 years in business and in nursing, amazing. And then Dr. Baldwin is on with us, and now we have global affairs, global relations, I mean communities, Angela Nelson. So we are moving. We have all of our members who've been with us from the very beginning. It was just so amazing. We just want to give gratitude to you guys because you have been so patient as we were bringing onboarding all of these people who are going to help us grow and expand the mission so that we could fulfill the vision and bring it to life. So we just want to take a moment just to say thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging with us. If you're watching this on the replay, just let us know your thoughts about some of the things that we're about to talk about. So, ladies, we have excitement coming up. So many things in store. Crystal, you've been working on the background with the Nurse in Charge Pilot Connector program that we're going to launch here in the United States. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to get into the real why we're doing this in a little bit.
Definitely.
But like for me, I tell like I have to draw out what I saw, the picture, the vision, and so many nurses want to help other nurses, but there is no direct connection to the nurses. And if we're a grassroots nurses in charge community, we need to have a direct way to get to those nurses on the front lines. And that's what the connector program is. It's really building the warmth and the love within nurses in charge. So it's a pilot. It's gonna last from starting October. Today is October 1st. Woohoo!
wow.
And we're going to go all the way to December. But why we came here is because we are actually gonna announce that Dr. Nyampu is gonna be on at the end of the Connector pilot. She's gonna take this philosophy to Liberia, Africa, and do an amazing 30-day country tour.
Yeah.
This is gonna be amazing. I can't wait to follow you. Tell us more about this, Dr. Nyampu. What do you envision? What's the picture?
Oh goodness. I have a feeling of excitement, a little bit nervous about it. The old saying goes that charity begins at home. So
Yes.
being
Yeah.
being, being originally from Liberia, and this is not my first mission to Liberia. I've taken two medical mission trips to Liberia over the years, and have built quite a few, I would say quite a bit of crowd there, followers over the years from the Ebola crisis and all that. But just to go back and give back to these nurses and truly get to know them, connect with them, celebrate them, truly be there on ground to see what it means to be a nurse in Liberia. Um, recognize them. It just bring the global awareness to the Liberian nurse,
Mhm, mhm.
and yeah.
That's amazing because I think especially if we don't do something different, nothing is going to change. Everybody wants to do the same thing. We have to do something different, something radically different. But something different does not have to mean that even though we're global, you're looking out for home. And that's what we wish for everyone coming into Nurses in Charge, that they would look out for home, that they would look, even if they have migrated and they live in a different country, for them to take pause and say, if I had to go back home to care for grandma, for auntie, what is the state of nursing in that country? And instead of going and complaining, what have I done? How
Yeah.
have I leveraged my expertise, my education, the opportunities other nurses did not have? Some nurses, they look and they say, we feel forgotten. We feel like you went to America, you went to the UK, you made all this money, and you forgot about us back home. And Nurses in Charge, we're here to say, listen, our nurses abroad, they care about our nurses back home. And this is we are opening up the doors, and we're opening up the way for nurses all over the world to say, you know what, stop. We all went through a pandemic, we all brought society through it, and let's now honor our own nurses,
Yeah.
and help our nurses, and let's not wait for someone to come save us. Let's not just start writing articles, 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 and do nothing, but let's start here where we are. And this start is, Dr. Nyampu, I would say this. So many people, they say, oh, Casey, I wish you would be on my team. And I look and I say, what have you done? If they only knew what you did, Dr. Nyampu, if they only know your heart, you're not just about talk, but you are going back home and you're going to every facility in Liberia and tell them, I love you. And I have built an organization to help empower you, to give you the education, to give you the resources, to upskill you so that you could go anywhere in the world and practice and feel just as good as. I mean, I can't get any better than that. That's just amazing. That's amazing. And I feel so privileged to be here with you. And I feel so privileged to share it because that's what we're here. We're talking about a donation drive. And Crystal, you're coordinating all of this in the States, in Liberia, all around.
Yeah. She's the best to have this.
It's going to be a lot of work, but hey, and just as you said, Casey, just now, the nurses, they do leave a lasting impact on the patients that they work with, and even those onlookers as well. So it's important for us to take care of them, take care of them. You mentioned them being there throughout the pandemic. Persons went through so much, and they need the support, so I'm grateful for what I'm being a part of or becoming a part of. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm
Absolutely.
glad. So all the events that we have coming up, definitely. And this donation drive is one. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
we got on here, we paused a little bit to do our structure,
Mhm.
but we are coming on, not just for donation drive, but we have a lot of events planned as we go down to the end of the year. But today we just wanted to ask nurses all around the globe who are part of us or who have listened to us, who tune into us, if they have any gently used scrubs, if they have any nursing shoes that are gently used, or stethoscopes, they can send it to our main office. And I'm going to put the address there. It's also on our website. They can send it to our office because we want nurses around the world to be love bombed. They're going
Yeah.
to be like, what?
Yeah.
I have this. Because you go, you buy a pair of scrubs for what, $30, $40, and you don't even think that for somebody in a different country, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
and sometimes what happens, you may switch, you maybe use some scrubs for school and then you don't need it anymore, or you switch facilities and they use a different color, right?
Mhm.
You may have scrubs that you never even wore. Just imagine how far that can go
Yeah.
for a nurse in a different country. Can you tell us a little bit, Dr. Nyampo, about the nursing attire or wear, or just how these nurses are going to receive this? Because some people might say, oh, old clothes, other people clothes, like why,
Oh my
But can you
Casey.
tell us what this means?
Well, that's what we're saying, to get gently used scrubs, because yes, these nurses were giving them, you know, uh, uh, they're not a hand down because they deserve the best. And so let us do our best, giving them good quality items. These nurses, if they had the financial standing, I would say, imagine being paid $150 per month.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, you have children, you have your own bills to pay.
Mhm.
Let alone Africa, people think that Africa people don't pay bills. They do have bills. They have to feed their families. And
Mhm.
sometimes these nurses are not paid for months. Okay.
Wow.
So these are issues that we truly want to bring to light. These are issues that we want, for nurses to know that it is not okay, it's not right. And so giving them these items is just our way of saying, from a nurse to a nurse. Okay.
Yeah.
um, and building that relationship. Talk about connection. When you
Mhm.
connect with someone, as Maya Angelou rightfully said, it's not what you do for someone, it's how you made them feel.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, how are we making our fellow nurses feel? And
Mhm.
what does it make you feel when you've given? You are part of that movement. You are part of that entire tour because you gave maybe a button, right? To say, I just want for another nurse to wear that.
Yeah.
You're awesome, you know. Um, this is going to move hearts beyond belief. I truly believe that.
Mhm.
African nurses are, being one, they're very highly appreciated. Highly appreciated. Okay, so let that be heard and remembered, that African nurses are highly appreciated. Yeah, I want to see what around the world, what nurses, how they are, because I can only speak for the culture that I'm from, that I know very well. I've worked with them
Mhm.
in the heat of the moments. I've worked with them when they had no gloves to wear.
Wow.
And they were using plastic bags on their hands to take care of Ebola patients, Lassa
Wow.
fever patients.
Mm.
So these nurses gave their life, like all nurses around the world, especially during COVID, we see that. But
Mhm.
during the Ebola crisis, I was there, and I
Mm.
know exactly what I saw.
Right.
They literally put their lives on the line, and a lot of nurses died. So this tour is not only to give them scripts, it is to truly say thank you in person. A global awareness from nurses to nurses. And we welcome all walks of people to give.
Mhm.
But imagine from a fellow nurse to show you that I care about you. That goes a long way.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. And it goes right in line with our mission to connect nurses. And some people say, well, why are you connecting nurses, right? Nurses need to be connected more than ever before. We need each other, right? And to have this connection where you say, I see you. We want our voices to be heard. We want to be seen. But do we see each other? Do we
Yeah.
hear each other? Right? So this is amazing. And you said something, and I when you brought this up, I was telling you, I remember working and in the United States, when you have supplies, sometimes we have too much supplies because the expiration dates, some of the packets, some of the needles and the catheters and stuff, when they reach their expiration date, by law in the United States we can't use them. But I heard in different countries sometimes they reuse some of these things that we are like, we don't use. So I'm just thinking some of the things that may have been expired but they're still in good condition, these things could probably benefit some of our nurses in different countries.
Casey, we're talking about gloves. This just the imagination or the thought of reusing gloves. Or there are no gloves and you're using plastic bags
Right.
on your hands to still take care of those patients. So listen, gloves don't expire unless they disintegrate, but gloves don't expire. So our next drive, and we're not limiting it to from now, but gloves, IV tubing. Currently in Liberia, from our podcast on every Sunday, we have a podcast, Share Your Nurse Story. One of our nurses shared that they are repurposing some medical supplies, rubber. They're cooking them, gently cooking them to sterilize them and use them. These are not metals. These are IV bags. Refilling them. Come on. And listen, I can get political on this part, but I won't. I am just saying our nurses need their supplies, and the patients around the world need to be taken care of, just like anywhere around the world. So
Yeah.
if our nurses have their equipment, their supplies, they will still provide. They will provide better care than they are right now, because it's what brings burnout, because you're feeling so drained. You
Definitely.
feel like your hands are tied, but you're expected to do the work as if your hands were released, right?
Yeah.
So it's like putting a shackle on someone and tell them to cook and clean for you at the same time. That's what our nurses are experiencing. They are going through these constraints, but they show up to work every day, joyful, happy, still providing the best customer care.
That's
So
good.
let us go a mile away beyond the call of duty to truly show off that we care for nurses. And you will be recognized for giving. Listen to me. The giver and the receivers will all be recognized. No one
Beautiful.
left behind. Unless you
Beautiful.
leave me out of this, or I donate this anonymously, but all
Yeah.
of our givers and our receivers will definitely be recognized by name in cities and states. Which city and states gave the most? Which
Yeah.
population, nurses, doctors were able to give? Just identify yourself when you send your gift, when you mail your gift. Let us know what touched your heart and what field of profession you're from, and let the nurses know who cares about them around the world.
So beautiful. And what if you're looking in and you're like, well, I don't have clothes and I don't have stethoscope, but to get this supply because we're going to have an abundance coming in.
We will.
We need help with
By the
shipping.
grace of God, we will.
So if you want to make a donation, you feel free to make a donation, which will go a long way actually getting the supplies to them.
Yes.
Because you can't take all of it on the plane with you. I know you want to.
You know
but
my opinion?
Yes.
So that can be a way that if you're listening and you say, well, I don't know, $1, $5 goes a long way, right?
Correct. It does.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We actually have a nurse, Evelyn Pittman. She say, that's nice. I think that's a very good initiative. A nurse helps a nurse thrive. That's
Oh,
what we're about. Yes.
Thank
I love
you.
that. I love the tag. A nurse helps a nurse.
This is Fitman. Thank you.
Yes, yes. She had a comment. She said, "Oh, you could buy them just in case you don't feel good about giving them what you have used." Which some people they don't like to give used stuff. Buy them. Yeah, buy them, Pierce girls. They're gonna love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They will be well appreciated. I think that goes exactly and thank you, Evelyn Pittman. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think that goes exactly into where we're going as nurses in charge for 2025, where nurses are taking care of nurses. And that's what nurses in charge is all about. We have a motive, and our motive and our intention is to love you. It's to love you because you love and take care of humanity.
Mhm.
So this was our show. We wanted to pop on, give you an update, tell you we love you, tell you about the awesome things happening in the background. So much more is happening, but we just wanted to give you just a little bit. Crystal, did you want to say anything?
And I was just gonna add, and definitely we're gonna be showcasing some of the Dr. Nyempu's journey, right? We will be showcasing it, so look out for that on the socials. Just bits and pieces, and then eventually we might get a full video of her tour in Liberia, which is gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. We have another comment coming in from Chinau, China New. Girl, apologize. I butchered your name, but I love you, sis. I love you, sis. She said it's amazing to see kind-hearted people with the interest of nurses. Absolutely, absolutely. And we are feeding our own, and we're literally caring for our own. Thank you, sis, for being here. You're gonna have to get on a call and tell me how to say your name right. Thank you, thank you.
She's
Dr.
actually one
Nyempu.
of NIC's member. We have both members from NIC. So
Mm.
I want to charge NIC members. Liberia is just a start.
Mhm.
Liberia is just a start. You are a nurse in charge, so you want us to come your way. Get ready.
Yeah.
Get organized
Yeah.
and join the movement. Don't sit back because a nurse in charge does not sit back.
Mhm. Yes.
That
And I
is
love that you said that because it's people come here because they want to be part of a movement, not to
mhm.
be told what to do, but they're actually moving. And I will move together. We're all moving in tandem together.
Yeah. And I just want to add to, look for look at little ways that you could help in your community, or even if you have ideas, we're open to receiving them and see how best we can work with either the chapter or you as an individual. So look for ways. Don't think your ideas are too small. All right, someone could benefit, and as we all says, we connecting nurses together. So your idea matters. Send it to us, and we'll see what we can do.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we will be replaying this. We'll be replaying it throughout October so everyone has exposure. And we will be talking about all of this and all of our other initiatives. But thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for being with us today. Dr. Nyempu, Crystal, it's always a pleasure.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Lily. Nurses in
Okay.
charge for sure.
Yeah, and
Yes.
thanks in advance to all the donors,
Yes.
to everyone who donates. And if you can't donate in items monetary, prayers are always welcome. Thoughts are always
Absolutely.
welcome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So send it our way.
Especially that you have a safe trip
Yeah.
back in Yampu. I know it's a long way from home here in the States, so that everything works
Remember,
out.
it's
Mhm.
home both ways.
It's true. Long way from
China is
home.
home first.
Okay.
America is home second. So I'll just be rerouting.
Rerouted. Love it. Well, thank you, viewers, for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Bye, everyone.